Hey everyone, Paulo here, so welcome back to just another dang how-to channel. So on this tutorial, we're going to learn a little bit about the Lightning design system and how to use it on a web application like Node.js and then deploy it to Heroku. So the Lightning design system is a set of Lightning principles, design patterns, and best practices for building the user interface in Salesforce Lightning experience. So it's not only used for Salesforce, you could also use it as a framework for building web applications, similar to how you would use Bootstrap. But this is very lightweight. It doesn't have JavaScript. It's all CSS. So you could read more about it on their website, official website. For this tutorial, I'm just going to cover how to use it on Heroku. So you would need the following as a prerequisite. You would need the Node application. So I'll drop a link on the description below on where to get the Node application. So once you get Node installed, you automatically also get the NPM, the Node package management tool. And then you also need Git for version control, and you need a Heroku account, and you need to install the Heroku tool build. So all of these I'll drop on the description below. So let's get started and build a web application using Lightning design system. So on my folder here on my desktop, I'm just gonna create a folder and I'm gonna call it demo SLDS Heroku. Let's keep it the same name. And then I'm gonna open my editor, Visual Studio Code. And this is not what I want. Let me open a blank one. There you go. And let me expand that. So first thing that we want to do is we need to initialize a Node application. So to do that, you run the command npm init. It would ask you for some information about the Node application that you're building. So I'm going to keep everything for the default except for the entry point. For the entry point, I'm going to name it server.js and keep everything else. And that will create a package.json for me. So after it creates the package.json, I want to install the Express framework. So just copy that and run. Copy that and run it on the command line. And it would add all the node modules for Express. And the next thing is I want to create a public HTML folder. So here, just copy that and create that index.html. You could copy this boilerplate code here, paste that there, and finally we would create a server.js file. And in this server.js file, we're going to require the Express library and run an app. So let me just copy that. And then to run the application, you say node server.js. And you open that. And put it here. Let's close that out. So you can see it's serving from my local host, the particular static HTML file. So what we haven't done is we haven't imported the Lightning Design Framework yet. So you could download the Lightning Design Framework, or you could use npm as well to install it. So I'm going to use npm to install it. So I'm just going to expand the node module here. I'm going to stop the server, Control C, and paste that. And this would download the Lightning Design System on a particular folder here called Salesforce -UX Design System. and what we're interested in is the assets folder. So I could grab that assets folder and drag it all the way down to my public folder and drop it there. So that would import the Lightning Design System on my static file. So if I go back here to this boilerplate code, I could now add this markup, the CSS, to import the Lightning Design System, which is inside the assets folder, particularly the CSS file. So if I run my Node app again and refresh, you'd see this backgrounds change and the text sizes change. So I'm not going to run through all the steps here, but basically this step is going through each of these components, markup, copy and pasting it, and replacing it on this index.html. So I already have the completed version of this one. I'm just going to paste it here and restart my web application. And so as you can see, this is very Salesforcey, and it's all running on a Node application. So you could have a back-end system like a Postgres database where you could be serving this information from. So now let's try to deploy this to Heroku. So before you could deploy an app to Heroku, you would need a particular proc file. So I'll create a proc file here. Make sure it's on the root folder, not on the public folder, and you specify the command that it would run on. So for this one, we're going to say run server.js once it's deployed. So to deploy this to Heroku, we need a Git repository. So that's why we need Git. So we say git init, and this would initialize this folder to be a Git repo. So it's still local, nothing's being served yet, and we want to log into Heroku. So if you have installed the Heroku tool belt, if you hit Heroku login, it would ask you to log into Heroku. So hit login here, and when you go back here, it's saying that you're logged in. So what you want to do is you want to create an app. So you say Heroku create, and we create an app for you. Now if I go git remote v, you would see that it automatically added a remote repository for me for my Git repository. So now I could commit all my changes. I could have add all of this change and then make a commit. Initial commit. Disregard the typo. And now the magic key, the magic string is a git push Heroku master. And this would push all my codes to Heroku. It would detect that it's a Node application, grab the necessary build packs, and say build succeeded, launching, boom. And now when you see this, that means it's deployed. So if I click this, open that application. Let me just paste that URL here. You'll see that's now running in Heroku and serving my static file. So that's it for this tutorial. Hope you like it. If you want more, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Cheers. Bye for now.